I'm Paul Levinson, and welcome to Light On, Light Through, episode 145. Review of Raised by Wolves, episodes 4 and 5. Halfway to Dune. Well, episodes 4 and 5 of Raised by Wolves were just on HBO Max last night, and I really enjoyed them, so I thought I'd give you my review. I thought both episodes 4 and 5 of Raised by Wolves were really good, but especially the fifth episode, because it gave us a nice big origin story about Mother, how she was created and endowed and programmed with her mission. Her maker tells her she's humanity's last hope, a nod to Star Wars mythology. You're my only hope, Obi-Wan, or whatever it was that Princess Leia said in Star Wars.
Help me, Paul Levinson. You're my only hope.
But maybe because I also just saw the trailer for the new Dune movie the other day, or maybe I would have thought this anyway. Maybe both factors are at play. But Raised by Wolves, especially in episodes 4 and 5, and now that I think about it, the first 3 episodes as well, really felt to me a lot like it was deeply indebted to Dune. And by the way, let me mention, Dune is, my second favorite all-time science fiction trilogy, and in fact extended series. The only series of books and trilogy which I would put above Dune would be Isaac Asimov's Foundation trilogy, which, by the way, is being brought to Apple TV, I think sometime in the year 2021. It'll be on Apple TV, and you can count on me for a review of that. But Dune is a good, strong second. Frank Herbert's book, his initial novel Dune, and then his follow-up, Dune Messiah, and then the third book in that series, and then the continuing series was really something special. They have made at least one movie of it. From what I've seen of the new trailer for the new Dune movie, that is going to be considerably better. And yeah, there was a lot of resonance between Raised by Wolves, which I really began to feel last night, and this new Dune movie. The sweeping sand dunes, the monsters hidden in and under the sand, the boy, and there are 2 possible candidates for this boy as the savior. All of these in Raised by Wolves speak Muad'Dim on Arrakis in Dune. Meanwhile, Travis Fimmel's Marcus, now leading at the head of the pack of true Saul believers on this planet way, way, way out in space around another star system, well, that character seems increasingly like Ragnar in Vikings. And it's not only because Fimmel's mannerisms are the same in both narratives, which I don't mind, and in fact I find appropriate in both, but the characters both are subject to visions. They're really led by the visions that they see, like all prophets. They seek advice from strange characters, and they have the same reactions to women. They like women. In other words, the Marcus character played by Fimmel was apparently deliberately designed to recall Ragnar in Vikings, and that's also fine with me. One of those strange characters, by the way, also resonates with the Count of Monte Cristo and his mask, except this mask was put on the character because he raped women in hibernation over the long voyage. His reason? He says Saul, the god that they worship, commanded him to populate the species. though he doesn't deny the carnal pleasure he obtained from following Saul's commands. So he's in a mask, and that mask is in some way connected to some other guy who is keeping in touch with him. If this rapist takes off the mask, he'll die. As long as he has the mask on, the guy who is minding him will know where he is. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that character. And since he is in a mask, that can't help but raise the question of, who is he? I'll make a wild guess. Maybe the android master programmer who created Mother back on a dying Earth. I mean, there's no evidence for that at all, but I just have a feeling they spent so much time on that master programmer in the 5th episode. Anyway, these echoes of Dune and Star Wars, not to mention, of course, Blade Runner, point to the depth of Raised by Wolves, not that it's too derivative. An important science fiction series, as clearly Raised by Wolves is, should be standing on the shoulders of giants. And I'll be back here soon to tell you how Jack and the Beanstalk fares with these giants.
The Light on Light Through podcast.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that review of the 4th and 5th episodes of Raised by Wolves. From now on, I think HBO Max is just going to be airing one episode at a time. I may or may not be back here with reviews of every single episode. I may instead bunch some of them together for review, but one way or another, I intend to review every episode in this excellent series. So, in the meantime, signing off from deep space, where you can hear the drive in the background, enjoy.
Athens, 2042 AD. She ripped the paper in half, then ripped the halves, then ripped what was left again into bits and pieces of history that could have been. Sierra Waters had read once that, years ago, it was thought that men made love for the thrill, while women made love for the sense of connection it gave them.
Curled Up with a Good Book says, Sierra Waters is sexy as hell. You can find out more about The Plot to Save Socrates by Paul Levinson at theplottoSaveSocrates.com.
Paul Levinson spilt code about an ancient biotech war raging on in secret for centuries.